Huge update for Bitcoin. This is London with Bitcoin spike. Yesterday, I identified this level of resistance. Flip to support. I'd let you know this was a pickup in the making. I want to get a like from you if you saw the video and if you traded this zone. Take a look before we get into the detailed diagnostics TA and hit that like button if you got that video, or if you're trading, take a look. We want to look at Vlad. I want to shout out to Vlad, 25 G's, 14.2 on an ETH trade. Boom. Bitcoin looking at 10 G's on guys, that's 25 G's one day. Bam, nice heavy-handed trading. Love to see that. Also, we have Anthony, 121%. These are VIP, 160% for Freddie. Way to trade. Guys, green all over the screen. If you're not trading with VIP, you're not trading. Who caught the low in the back? That would be us today. Boom. Freddie, you and I caught that. Way to go, brother. That's the way to trade. That's VIP. In terms of the ETH fallout on the entirety, the expanding diagonal, who caught that as well? This is a picture from VIP. Boom, guys, way to go. Now let's go over after the successes there that we discussed, which we get to discuss. We don't have to, we get to, guys. Level of resistance, flip to support. That is the specific cross trend function. In addition, the fan reversal is powering through. Let's take a look at the level of support of the specific fan. We have a fractal ongoing from this macro fan on the 1 hourly time frame. Take a look at the 1 hourly time frame. Now, your bull flag, okay, here, your move to the upside and your downward sloping channel. Bull flags work best in a bull market. Just so you know, it's about a 60-40 split in terms of the probability of completing a bull flag in a bull market. We go 60, we go probable. In a bear market, we go at least 60, guys, in terms of potential failure. That's just the way they're geared. So we have this, essentially this fractal that we're looking at from this macro flag go into the 5-minute from this 1 hourly, and you'll see that we're repeating and struggling to hold on to another flag formation. She has gotten up and out of, she meaning Bitcoin, guys. Level of resistance, level of support expanding, broadening diagonal. We could say this is somewhat of a bump and run pattern, a consolidated bump and run pattern, really a bump and run pattern. I would want it, really, me personally, I would want it to have a more of a slant to the downside, a more severe slope to the downside to give the real run more of a trajectory back to preceding level of resistance here, okay? So what we're in now is a broadening formation, and we have this channel framework to the upside. And understand, on a bump and run, the lead-in phase is the confusing part right now, because this is just textbook bump and run. This lead-in phase is really perfect. This is a nice bump. We just don't have anywhere to run, guys. We don't have anywhere to run, except maybe up in a channel. We'll say that. So in terms of the broadening formation, if you're not familiar with that, make a mental note of this broadening formation, because they do play on Bitcoin. Preceding broadening formation, boom to the upside. You'll note the capitulation. Preceding broadening formation, boom, starting a trajectory to the upside. One of the most consistent patterns that we trade, guys, broadening formations. And in line with that, invert one. I want you to invert one broadening formation. And what do you come up with? Well, you come up with probably something that looks a lot like that ETH top. Boom to the downside. You guys got that. Work your patterns, work your dynamics, understand the flow, guys. Get into it with TA, New York Institute of Finance, etc. Now, in terms of where we are at, let's discuss also, for those who are targeting on Fibonacci's, we identified this within time. I'll say within time. The specific golden pocket now from the intermediary range from this low to the high. Now I'm on the 1 hourly time frame. You can do this on the hourly or on the 4 hourly. You can even do it on the daily. Looking at this intermediary, the level from the low to the high, the percent that's retraced or given back or reduced from the entirety of this move, use that Fibonacci retracement tool. Click from the low to the high. I want you to double click on your tool. I want you to add in 0.65. I turned mine yellow, okay? You need to add in the golden pocket. It doesn't come on TradingView. Boom, that's right where we are at. There's a confluence. Looking at this, there is a confluence right now. And shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. Looking forward to that weekend, midweek at least. Roll around. We got that Fed meeting coming in. Incoming Fed meeting. There we go, guys. No problem. Now, in terms of the confluence, that 50% retracement in line with that golden pocket, you're going to see a lineup on the macro of the golden pocket with the 786 to the 86. Very important range with a lot of orders, a lot of, I'd say, tiered orders from that 20,000 and 50 to 20,108. Understand what I mentioned prices, they're going to be exchange specific. So always bear that in mind. You need to do your technicals on your exchange. But yes, let's call this, if we want to, the golden pocket right at, guys, where orders are waiting. I'm going to tell you they're waiting. And yes, they're also waiting at this preceding level here at the golden pocket of 20,764. Right now they're waiting. But this lower level, that, let's call it 19,900 to 20,100. Hot zone, identified hot zone. Now, in terms of the repeatability here, we wanted to traject back to the upside. We're still looking for a potential reconfirmation on prior support as resistance. The one, I'm going to say, difficulty right now is that we're getting a repeat on the 15-minute time frame of an expansion. This resistance and support expanding, right? That expansion. It should be a continuation pattern technically. So we're looking at a secondary version of that. So I will say this, if, and I say this all the time to the VIP, if Bitcoin fails to provide a specific support to resistance flip, technically she'll owe it to the market. I like to talk in terms of that because it's a reasonable expectation after she has set the benchmark so squarely in front of us that every single level here would have a confirmation of support to resistance, of support to resistance, of support to resistance, of support. It just, the expectation is there. It's ingrained. So guys, we haven't failed a level yet. What I'll tell you is definitely staying on the ball. Definitely understanding the technicals change by the minute. We can make you a projection for next week, but looking at the price action, it's going to change in the next 2 or 3 minutes. That's what VIP is all about. We want to invite you to join today. We'll be streaming this weekend, guys. Shout out to all the VIP. This link here on the front page will get you into, guys, the opportunity. Just go ahead and hit that link and join the top level. It's on Twitter after you have joined VIP, or from YouTube. Put I am VIP here. And this is London with Bitcoin Spike to let you know, former hedge fund owner, non-SEC private and not financial advice. Let me know on this first specific pinned tweet that yes, you are VIP. That'll get us in touch. I will make sure and put you in the winner's circle. You'll have access to all of our charts. You will become part of the team, and we want you to turn your screen green. Bottom line, and if you're used to doing that, let's go. Big shout out to the big man, Vlad. Ba-boom, my man. Way to trade. That's what we're all about. We're about trading. Congratulations, Vlad, and we will talk to you guys soon. I'll tell you, on this weekly, one final thing, I like to come around with something interesting. This level of resistance to potential support, I'm looking at a possible channel line function here from the resistance carried down parallel channel to support, with the understanding on the weekly that it could be a bit unpredictable with this flex beyond the level of support, but I'm watching that specific potential, let's say the potential for the development of a bear flag. Absolutely. As we would try and recoup into, let me get rid of these moving averages, as we would try and recoup into the specifics on this falling wedge, it would make sense that we would come into some sort of either a rejection, okay, either a flat rejection on prior resistance to support, to resistance, or that we would formulate and enter this specific wedge and formulate a bear flag. Easy for me to say, huh? It's been a long day. Hope you guys are doing well. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Let's get into the details in terms of everything on a stream soon. And yes, guys, a little challenging for the bulls, but not if you know where to place your price targets. We'll talk to you soon. This is London with Bitcoin Spike.